The political landscape in South Africa has once again been jolted into sharp focus, this time by the words of Advocate Muzi Sikhakhane, one of the country's most respected legal minds. In a candid reflection, Sikhakhane argued that former President Jacob Zuma's very presence and actions in the public sphere create what he calls irrationality, a ripple effect that distorts logic, reason, and even institutional coherence in the nation's political and judicial frameworks. According to Sikhakhane, Zuma has become a figure around whom rational debate collapses. When his name enters the conversation, people stop reasoning with balance. The atmosphere becomes charged, and judgments shift from reason to emotion, he is quoted as saying. This, Sikhakhane suggested, is not merely about Zuma as an individual but about what he symbolizes in South Africa's unfinished journey from liberation politics to constitutional democracy. Zuma's long and controversial political career has made him a central figure in every major national debate. His tenure as president was marred by endless scandals, ranging from state capture allegations to his recurring defiance of judicial orders. For many, he represents the embodiment of corruption, patronage, and the deep flaws within the African National Congress, ANC. Yet for others, particularly his loyal supporters, Zuma stands as a victim of political witch hunts, a man punished for daring to resist the dominance of what they see as white monopoly capital and entrenched elite interests. Sikhakhane's insight highlights how Zuma's legacy disrupts rational governance. Whenever Zuma is involved, whether it's his ongoing legal battles, his defiance of the Zondo Commission, or his resurgence as a political actor leading the Umkhonto we Sizwe (MK) party, institutions and individuals seem to lose their grip on balanced decision-making. Judges face accusations of bias. Politicians abandon policy substance in favor of personal attacks. Citizens fracture along partisan lines, each camp more concerned with loyalty than with facts. In any democracy, Sikhakhane observed, we must protect reason. Reason is the anchor of justice. But with Zuma, reason is the first casualty. He is able, whether intentionally or not, to create a fog that blinds institutions and divides society. This idea of Zuma as a disruptor of rationality is not new but resonates more sharply today as the ANC faces one of its most difficult eras in government. Zuma's political comeback through the MK party has re-energized his base and complicated the ANC's already fragile coalition politics. Analysts argue that the irrationality Sikhakhane describes is visible in how political opponents, instead of tackling Zuma with careful strategy, often overreact emotionally, thereby giving him even more relevance and power in the public domain. For Zuma's critics, the challenge is navigating the line between accountability and obsession. They warn that focusing too heavily on Zuma can distort national priorities. Every minute spent litigating Zuma's legacy is a minute stolen from solving unemployment, crime, and inequality, one political commentator noted. Yet Zuma himself thrives in this space of distraction, his name constantly dominating headlines while substantive debates about South Africa's future fade into the background. Supporters, however, interpret Sikhakhane's remarks differently. To them, the so-called irrationality is not created by Zuma but by the system that cannot tolerate him. They argue that state institutions have been weaponized against him, leading to disproportionate focus on his faults while other leaders escape scrutiny. Zuma is not the cause of irrationality. He exposes the irrationality already existing in the system, one MK member recently told reporters. Sikhakhane's words force South Africa into a deeper reckoning. Whether one views Zuma as the cause or the mirror of national dysfunction, it is undeniable that he continues to exert enormous influence over the country's politics and legal system. His name is a trigger, evoking strong emotions that cloud rational judgment, making him perhaps the most polarizing figure in post-apartheid South Africa. As the nation braces for another round of Zuma's courtroom dramas and political maneuverings, Sikhakhane's warning is clear: if South Africa allows irrationality to dominate its institutions, it risks weakening the very foundations of its democracy. Reason, fairness, and constitutionalism must remain the guide no matter how disruptive the presence of Jacob Zuma may be.